I was in Kenya. This was my junior year of college, I believe. I was on a mission trip, and we went, did a safari the last day. And we go to this area called Baboon Point, which should have been the first sign, right? And so there's this kind of ugly-looking half-faced baboon, kind of a Harvey Dent sort of a figure. And he's kind of looking at us the wrong way. And we're looking at him, and I'm telling the driver, I'm like, hey, man, like, I think this baboon's kind of eyeing us. And they're like, oh, no, like, they're around people all the time. Like, he won't do anything. And then right as he says that, he takes, like, 2 steps and, like, slaps the ground, jumps up on the back of the van. So I'm standing on there, and I'm in, like, the perfect position. And I go up for, like, the kick, bottom of the heel right on the chin. And it was the most adrenaline I think I've ever had.
You're going to wear 24. So that was Woody Brown, you know, saying, this is what I see in you. Yeah, you're going to wear 24.
Say it one more time for the people in the back.
To give these guys, or give us 3 or 4 days of being back in the locker room, it's an amazing thing.
Raider Nation, what's going on? I am Sibley Scoles. We're here for another new episode of the show. And I'm joined by 2 good friends. I want to call you guys 2 peas in a pod. Can we say that?
We can call us that.
Daniel Carlson, AJ Cole. How are we feeling?
Great.
Fantastic.
Oh no, here goes the one-word answer.
It's early for it.
We're already starting off great. Not
Yes.
one-word answers, but how do you guys feel right now? What's going on? Where are you coming from? Tell the people, they're nosy.
You go first, because we were waiting on you.
Yeah, I just had a massage, get the body right. So yes, we are waiting on me. I apologize.
Yeah, make
but
sure you
honored
rub
to
the
be
sleep
here.
out of your eye right there. Yeah, he had the cucumbers on the eyelids. He had the.
No, it is
Yeah.
a sports massage. It's not comfortable.
That's where he's coming from, and I was coming from waiting for him. So
Okay,
yeah.
all right. Well,
Patient, my patient friend AJ.
I
over
love
here.
it. Can you describe for people who don't see you guys off the field, or even when you're there, if you're not mic'd up, the relationship that the 2 of you have made within this team and just as friends?
Well, we've come a long way. We've come a really long way, because the first time Daniel and I interacted, both wearing Raiders gear, we were in the weight room, Oakland, Alameda, California, and I think that they were sort of interested in me, and then they sort of wanted to see how my personality matched up with Daniel's. It was kind of a dating show, maybe like speed dating. And so they bring Daniel down to the weight room, and I walk up to him and I go, "Hey Daniel, good to see you again." And he goes, "Nice to meet you, man." And I went, "Oh."
Blow to the heart.
Yeah, we did know each other,
mean,
whether he knows it or not. We briefly knew each other.
Time
I
out.
knew him.
Time out. I knew
So you're telling
AJ
the
with
story.
long hair. I had met AJ once at a kicking camp. Shout out Cole's kicking camp.
There you go.
No free shout-outs.
One time, long hair. This guy shows up with like a fade almost, like looks
good one.
completely different. And I'm like, I didn't know this guy.
Yeah, so that's
So that's how the love
that's how we met.
So that's how it started.
So that's where we met.
And now we're basically work-wise, and like we basically, we're just
Yeah.
out and about every day with each other on the field, in the weight room, in the meeting rooms, in the locker room,
I'm waiting
everywhere.
to hear
We're
something.
just
No, that's absolutely
I
correct.
feel like you're thinking about something right now.
No, I was just thinking, like, you know how in The Office maybe Jim Halpert will just look at the camera and he'll just give you like a
You can do it.
a
That's
little
the camera.
That's how me and Daniel kind of communicate at this
Yeah.
level. You know, we just
a
communicate through facial
lot of hours.
expressions
Yeah.
and winks and nudges and things of the sort.
To have it, and I love, you said Alameda. I like it.
Shout out
But to have that moment there where you remember meeting him, you didn't remember, that was the first time, but to see
Big
where
time,
you've
though.
come from, like what's the special bond with this team as well that you guys have grown to not only love playing for them, but being a part of it and just your friendship outside on the field?
I mean, I think it's great. Obviously, he's on year 6. I'm on year 7. We got to experience the Oakland side of things,
Yeah.
go to Vegas. We're just grateful that we've got to be a part of this journey.
Yeah.
I mean, I think every NFL player, everybody in these positions should be very grateful that, you get to experience all this. But to get to do it with a friend is just really special. And just, all the players and coaches and staff you meet along the way, and, the games and the memories you make, it's just awesome ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely something really cool about getting to play for the same organization for an extended period of time.
Right.
As you said, we've been together for 6 years, and seeing the evolution of people coming and going, and seeing the change from a building going from Oakland to coming to Vegas to having no fans in the stadium to seeing Allegiant Stadium for the first time with fans. Having that evolution has been really cool, and the time period we've been here, we've got to see a lot of firsts and a lot of unique things, and for forever he'll be the last Oakland Raiders kicker, first Las Vegas Raiders kicker. I'm the last Oakland Raiders punter, first Las Vegas Raiders punter. So that's something that I think is super unique and super cool. And then there's just when you spend as much time with each other as we do, there's just some cool experiences you get to have, and some cool life moments on the field, off the field. We've seen each other's development pretty significantly over the last couple of years, and there's just some shorthand that you have when you've known somebody for that long that I think is really special.
Is there any moment that really stands out for you two that's a core memory?
I mean, off the field, there's a lot. A lot happens. I mean, I said this guy get married. I was in his wedding. Like he's seen me have. I mean, I didn't have the kids, but my wife had the kids. Yeah, he saw my family. Go for a family of 2 to 5. It's, a lot happens in the last 6 years we've known, and got to move around, the country with each other and stuff. So like the personal side, but as well, the football side too. Like, we've come from young pups to pretty good football players, I think now.
I mean, this guy, when I first met him, he was like, I think it'll be a couple more years before we have kids, and then like 2 months later, Kat was pregnant. And, there's that whole thing, right? But he was just he was young, dumb, and bushy-tailed or wide-eyed, whatever it is. And now he's a father of 3. I mean, it's kind of crazy.
I'm an old man.
He's an old man.
No,
he's so I still think of him as that bright-tailed, bushy-eyed, but
when
now he's a veteran.
Yeah.
We're like the old guys on the team too, which I think
crazy.
sometimes like we forget, I think.
Yeah.
We're the last of a dying breed. There's only 5 Oakland Raiders left, so.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
It's crazy.
Wow.
We're extinct.
Yeah, stop.
Nearly. We're endangered.
Nearly.
We're endangered.
Yes, that's
We're
first,
endangered.
and then it goes.
We're in danger of extinction.
That's good.
Is there anything the fans would be surprised to know about? If you want to share something about him, you want to share something about AJ?
Oh, I got a lot of
Surprised
dirt. I got a lot of dirt. Should we share it? No.
No.
It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Yeah, we could talk afterwards about that. But is there anything fun or interesting that fans might, like any hobbies that he has, or?
He's like a slightly less. How do I want to say this? Slightly less better than me at golf.
Slightly less better.
I was going to say
a little bit more better in English. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Slightly better at grammar, slightly less better. The one I was going to think of was he picked a monkey.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
We did it. Wait, do it again.
That's the interesting story that he always has.
That's a good fun fact.
What happened?
I was in Kenya. This was my junior year of college, I believe. I was on a mission trip.
Yeah.
And we went, did a safari the last day, and I got into a little skirmish, you would say, with a baboon. Yeah, you're supposed to ask me how the baboon's doing.
I'm just, yeah. Oh, is the, okay, how's the baboon?
I think the baboon's okay.
What did you look like after the baboon? Yeah,
I looked like I just kicked it in the face.
That's how he started
What
running.
happened?
How does that happen? It just went after you?
Yeah, so the way it happens is the vans, on the safari vans, they're, kind of built like a regular van, but the top pops up, just goes straight up, and then you stand on the seat.
So that you can see
everything. So
everything.
that you can see out, right? And that way you're not just, so you can, and so everybody's standing on the seat, but there's like a back area sort of where the trunk would be, and we go to this area called Baboon Point, which should have been the first sign, right? And so there's this kind of ugly looking half-faced baboon, kind of a Harvey Dent sort of a figure, and he's kind of looking at us the wrong way, and we're looking at him, and I'm telling the driver, I'm like, hey man, like, I think this baboon's kind of eyeing us, and they're like, oh no, like they're around people all the time, like he won't do anything. And then right as he says that, he takes like 2 steps and like slaps the ground, jumps up on the back of the van. So I'm standing on there, and I'm in like the perfect position, and I go up for like the kick, and I kind of give him like, kind of miss him a little bit on the first one, kind of graze him, and then the second one, like I really like.
Let him have it?
Yeah, and I bottom of the heel right on the chin, and it was the most adrenaline I think I've ever had. Yeah, it was
And
incredible.
now he does that for a job.
And that's
Yeah.
I was gonna say. Is that
he
what
turned
you
that
did?
into
And I
a
was like,
career.
what if I just did this with
He turned it into a
footballs?
career. Who would have thought?
That's how it all happened, huh?
Yeah, it's how it all happened.
That's
It's an
a story.
amazing story.
Sticking
Yeah.
into it.
Wow. Well, since you're talking about kicking right now, let's
Nice.
get right into it. Yeah, great
Shameless segue.
transition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
You're welcome.
When people watch you guys get out there on that field, obviously big fans, they're wearing the jerseys, they see what you do, they understand your position, but is there something we may be missing or maybe something that you can teach us about what goes into your positions?
You want to go first?
I think mine's more simple. There's a yellow uprights. I try and boot it through that mostly.
I've done that before. I actually kicked it through and it made,
make
yeah,
it?
I did make it.
Okay, don't tell my coaches. Thanks.
That's the job.
And,
Next season.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, a lot of I have 1.3 seconds or less to get it off, and I need a good snap hold, good protection too, obviously. But I mean, I think the little intricacies that go into that are, it's nice having a guy like this holding.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
There's that trust there, that
absolutely.
bond. Yeah,
Like the personal side, I think, carries over on the football side sometimes too.
that's nice.
Yeah, I definitely think there's some value to that. And what the people don't see behind the scenes is I go out there every single time in the game and I'm holding for Daniel, and that's the way I serve him. But the way he serves me is during practice, he holds my water bottle.
Yes.
It gets really dry out here, and I lick my fingers before like each punt. So we go through maybe 10 to 15 punts in a punt period, in an 8-minute period.
Yeah.
So by the end of it, I mean, the tongue's just leather. So I need to have a water bottle out there, but we're moving the field, changed all over the place. So that's when he,
The trusty caddy
That's when
is
it-
out there.
everybody-
That's my role.
what I'm really
caddy,
trying to say is
basically.
everybody sees me scratch his back, but I just want the people to know that he scratches
Behind
my
the
back
scenes.
too.
Behind
You just
the
don't get to
scenes.
see it.
We don't get
know?
to see it.
He
And
just,
I
yeah.
argue with the refs
He scratches
on
my back
where
and
the
there's
ball
no
goes
camera.
out of bounds sometimes
okay.
for him, and I'm like, no, like it went way back there.
Yeah. So it's symbiotic, you know.
I
It's
like
two-way.
that. I like that.
Yeah,
We're
it's
team.
two-way.
It's a team game.
And again, it sounds like, listen, regardless of what's happening out there on the game at that moment, it looks like you all are having a good time when you're out there, right? Football is your love,
Yeah.
right? This is why you're here. You want to play and be amazing and great. Your positions specifically, is there one moment that's harder for you, or is there any moments out there that are overwhelming or hard? Is it the point of the game where you have to get this, the field goal? Like what is out there where you start to kind of sweat a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a certain amount of like game on the line. You got to make the field goal, make the punt, a good punt, change the field position. Like our jobs compared to like being a quarterback, being, a linebacker, like are pretty boring. They're pretty like quiet jobs, but that's part of the fun is like that adrenaline rush you get from, hey, those, you need those 3 points at the end of the game, or I mean, throughout the regular course of the game too. I mean, every game's so close that the field position matters so much. The
Absolutely.
points, every point matters. So I think that's like embracing that pressure is just like the fun part of it. Kind of those bright lights and stuff, doing that together and doing it with friends, doing it with teammates.
Yeah.
You've worked with for a long time through camp, through every practice, to be able to enjoy it on Sundays.
I definitely think the challenging part of our job is that you have to spend a lot of time in your own head. A DB or a quarterback or somebody, if they have a bad play, they get to go out there and try it again and almost immediately.
Right.
Unless there's a touchdown on the play, then they might have to wait a couple minutes, 5-10 minutes, whatever. For us, we might go 45 minutes, an hour between plays.
Yeah.
We might go a week between plays. You might not get another one for quite a bit. And so I think that the challenging part of our job is staying mentally engaged and having control of your emotions.
Yeah.
And being able to use your emotions and your mentality to serve you and to increase your performance capacity rather than to decrease it. And so I think that it's very unique in that way, and it is different from a lot of the other positions on the field. But I think that one of the cool things about our relationship in particular is that that's something we talk about a lot. We talk about like the mental side of the game, and to have like the sounding board. We've read a bunch of the same books and talked about them. We've listened to a bunch of the same podcasts and things like that. We're constantly like sharing info with each other in that way. And I think that's really helped both of our performance for sure. And not everybody is analytical about that in the same way as us.
Right.
And not everybody is going to take it as seriously. Some people adopt the mentality that, okay, well, I know that this is a very pressure-induced business and that there's a lot going on. So they try and just make it as simple as possible. And they try and just not think. And
Don't
some
add
people
to
are
it.
capable of doing that. But I think we're both the same in that we can't really do that. And their minds have to be active, and there's no really shutting it off for the two of us. So we've had to find really productive ways to like keep the mind engaged and to keep the mind on the right track so that you don't go dark when there's a bad play and so that you're ready for the next one.
So are there pregame rituals? Are there things that you said you've read some of the same books and there's things that you guys are, it's cohesive, you guys are on the same page, obviously. But is there anything that you do prior to the games in the huddles to even get you more focused and ready?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not superstitious at all, but I do the same thing every day just in case.
Okay.
You know?
He's a little stitious.
No, I'm not.
In that
I'm
way,
not.
he lives his
I'm not
life like
superstitious.
Every day I do the
There's
same
I'm not
thing.
like-
superstitious, but
I
you
mean,
would
Just
never
like
know if you
routine?
get into my habits. I don't
There's
believe in
routine,
superstition,
not
but I don't
superstition.
want to like, piss it off.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I mean? I don't want to
Okay.
test it. It's not worth it. I'm
Not-
not
It's not worth
superstitious.
finding out.
It's for other people.
It's for
other people. Yeah. So I find there's a lot of comfort in routine, and there's a lot of comfort in doing the same thing. It's
Yeah.
like I eat the
Yeah.
same thing on game
Yeah.
day. I eat the same thing almost every day.
What
Like
are you
my
eating?
week to week, it's steak and eggs.
Every day.
For breakfast. Yeah, and during the week it's bison, but on game day it's steak. Ground
Oh.
bison and the eggs, and then fruit. And so that's what I do. It's not superstitious, but it is what I do. I think the only real like actual superstition that I have is I take a selfie with my dad before every game. So we've been doing it for forever. We've been doing it since like my last game of high school. So during COVID, obviously he wasn't able to come to games. So that was the first game he'd missed since I don't know how old, a kid. And so now, since I think that it was probably good for his credit card that was broken, coming in
Yes.
from Atlanta to Vegas every week
That's a
would
lot.
be a pretty penny. So we've resorted to FaceTime selfies. You know,
Yeah.
I'll just I'll go on the field pregame and walk the field and give him a little call, and we'll just hold up and take a little picture. But that's really the only superstition I have that like I actually have to follow.
Yeah.
You know.
So you are.
Yeah, like if I had on
He's
game
like-
day,
yeah.
if I had like eggs and steak instead of steak and eggs, it'd be fine. But if I don't take the picture, like,
He'd be
who knows?
talking about it. We'd be talking about it.
Yeah,
a
there'd
lot.
be a problem.
We'd be talking about the ledge a little bit.
And I'm sure
Yeah.
Dad loves that.
Yeah, he
He's
does. Yeah.
so happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You
That's a
got to
good
keep
one.
doing that one.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
That's
What
a good
about, do
one.
you have one?
I don't know. I think it's the same thing. I mean, we have a pretty like routine rituals where it's like, all right, this is our recovery throughout the week, and like every week just about looks the same for us.
But that's part of
yeah.
the job too, right? To
Yeah.
have that as an athlete, I think a routine would make sense.
Exactly.
To
Like
make
there's
sure
a
you
lot of
know where I've
comfort in
gotta
that.
be.
And you're like, yeah, then your body feels the same every game day.
Yeah.
And like you kind of know what to expect. But there's no like nothing out of the ordinary, I don't think, that we have. No. I wish there
can't think-
was. Like it'd be
I know,
more
I'm
fun.
like, make
I
something
think.
up.
Yeah, it'd be fun if we had some weird ones. But yeah. No,
Well-
nothing spicy.
Nothing spicy, but we're going to get weird now. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Sort of. We have a game.
Okay.
I'm going to do a break before we keep going to more questions. These are questions, but these will be fun. You got
Okay.
10 seconds on the clock to answer each one. It's like a rapid fire.
Okay.
It's called Most Likely To. Blurt it out for whoever is, okay?
So it's just between the two of us?
Yep. Most likely to be late for practice.
Oh, neither of us.
Neither of us. But
Neither of us.
Are you early or on
We're
time?
both-
he
we're
starts
both
earlier and then
paranoid.
I finish later usually.
You're paranoid?
Yeah, both of us are very,
Yeah,
very
we're
paranoid
not
about
gonna
being late.
Okay.
Like it's a recurring dream type deal.
Oh,
Multiple
no.
alarms. Yeah.
Really?
iPad
Okay.
across the room, whole thing. Yeah.
Okay, so neither
So
of
don't
them
even
are
put
late.
that
I
evil in
think
the air,
we'll-
honestly.
No, he's not superstitious,
That's
but we're
what
not
I'm
putting
saying.
any evil
Sorry
in the
over
air.
the new first question. Not superstitious though.
Get a parking ticket.
Yeah, probably
Yeah,
Daniel.
probably me.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
I don't
For-
know why, but yeah.
Forget the other one's birthday.
Oh, that's a funny one.
Too.
Yeah, me for sure.
And you have forgotten.
Well, no, the best reason is because me and Daniel's wife share a birthday.
Yeah.
So if he forgets my birthday,
I'd be in
it's-
big trouble.
Yeah, it's actually.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
He'd actually be in trouble from the two
Two
of us.
people.
You know what I mean? His wife and his work wife.
It's actually next Wednesday if everybody wants to.
Oh, okay,
I'm
right.
just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not
No,
kidding.
I'm not a big birthday guy. I'm not
Yeah,
a big
he doesn't
fan.
like the
I don't like
attention.
the attention.
I'll sing it
necessary.
off
Birthday attention.
camera.
Yeah.
And also, by the way, I love that you guys don't say work husbands, it's work wives. You're
Yeah,
each
correct.
other's work wives.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fun. I
don't
like
know.
that.
Yeah, I don't know what the difference
You're like,
is,
I don't
but
know
yeah.
the difference. Yeah.
We should just started doing that, but it'll probably stick.
It'll stick.
We started doing it at
Yeah.
the beginning of this interview, but
Well, like
kinda
we've
makes
done it
sense.
before at like when we've been out and about at like a function. That's like how we introduce each other because we're like,
I love that.
oh, this is
good.
my wife and this is my work wife because like
That makes sense.
I actually spend almost as much time with him.
More.
Isn't that crazy?
More
Maybe
awake
more.
time probably during the season.
Okay, go skydiving.
Me,
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
probably.
Win a hot dog eating contest.
You.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all
For
those steak and eggs and everything
For
else.
sure, the glizzy gobblers.
Win in an arm wrestle.
It's me.
No,
It's
that'd
me.
be
You have to
That'd be
vote
me.
or I'll tell the story.
All right, it's Daniel. It's Daniel.
There we go.
Oh, there's a
Yeah.
story in there.
No, there's no story.
That
Okay,
was
it's,
sorry.
Okay.
You voted for me.
Where's
it's actually a HIPAA violation if you tell us the story.
I think I know the answer to this one. HIPAA violation.
It's a HIPAA violation. It's medical.
Wear shoes without socks.
Yeah, for sure.
Like in a tennis shoe?
Though?
Well,
That would
slippers.
still be me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big sock
You don't like socks?
I'm in flip flops almost every day.
Daniel's
Okay.
been going in the
It's
like
cold
the,
out
the
and I'm
bedroom
still-
slippers lately to work.
Yeah.
And he just goes in there feet naked, no socks, just
I
in the
usually
fur.
switch
get
from
it-
flip flops to Uggs at some point in the season, and I'm holding off as long as I can.
You're
right
waiting.
now.
So he's in like a half seat. He's in like UGG flip
Free the
flops right now.
feet.
They're actually it's actually
free the
crazy.
feet.
Free the
Free the
feet.
feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like this material kind of. They look like this hat, honestly.
and no socks.
But they're
No, that
really
was just the one
fuzzy on the
time,
inside.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
they're
is right.
soft.
They're
on the
literally
inside. So
bedroom
it's kind of
socks.
like a
Oh, yeah.
sock.
Yeah.
Comfy.
Okay, last one. Give a great Christmas gift.
AJ's a gift giver.
Oh,
Wow. You said it, not me.
Yeah,
that's so sweet.
it's true.
Let's get back to
The
team,
nitty-gritty.
everything else. Best moment I'll say for you guys that you have, it could be collectively or separately from playing for the Raiders. I know that's a hard question.
Like best moment from the
yeah,
whole time.
yeah. Do you have one that really stands out?
For me, it would definitely be the Chargers game in the end of the 2021 season. You know, you're going out there and there's all of the drama of whoever wins going to the playoffs, so they tie, they both go. That was just so fun. I had a bunch of people at that game, like 10 or so, my friends from college, and that was the first time they'd see me play,
Yeah.
which was really cool, and or play for the Raiders, I guess. And yeah, going out there, him making the kick, and us going to the playoffs. I mean, that's always going to be hard to top.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was a
that
really
was-
That
special
situation
day.
will never happen again.
No,
We're
100%.
like
The way that-
the
yeah.
tie goes to both teams
Yes,
go to playoffs
yes.
and like
Well, the best part is
It's
too,
crazy.
like, you know, as the game. So all week we were kind of joking about it, right? Because like, how often does a game end in a tie? Almost
Right.
never. So but we're joking about it all week, you
And
know.
then?
And then you get into the game and the clock's winding down, and you're starting to get to like,
you're like,
you're starting to get to like
this
2
gonna
minutes, and
happen?
you're like, oh, whoa. You're looking at the timeouts on the clock, and then. I felt like I could just hear this collective whisper from the crowd where it was this strange energy where like the whole stadium was just like murmuring. And you could just hear everybody explain to the people around him, like, okay, so if they tie here, both of them go. Like you could just
You
hear
could just hear those
you could
little-
just hear that like that was being explained to everybody in the vicinity. Like, you know, every football guy with a little bit of knowledge wants to be like, oh yeah, the Raiders will be the 6th seed if they tie, you know,
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
that whole thing. And it was a cool energy, and then it was cool
That
that we just
moment.
didn't tie and
Yeah.
we did win.
And
you
you
know?
did win.
playoffs.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's hard. That's gonna be hard to beat forever.
Yeah, that was a good. That was good.
Yeah.
that was awesome.
You want
That's that's the
That's
same
your.
one,
You're
for
like
sure.
that's the same thing for me.
That was awesome.
Thanksgiving. Can we talk Thanksgiving?
We can talk
Are we big
Thanksgiving.
holiday people?
Yes,
Yes.
Some of them.
absolutely.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Not all.
Halloween kind of scares me, but
You don't dress up or anything?
no, I
Okay.
don't like the skulls and the skeletons and such.
So you like happy.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is okay. Thanksgiving traditions. Do we have any in the households? And do you all
football.
cook?
Dude, it's really tough.
Revolves
to-
around
yeah.
football
I mean,
these
does the-
days.
Going to practice.
Does the
does that
family
count?
have anything?
It's really hard to have superstitions because like this year, you know, we're flying to Kansas City.
Oh Lord, yes.
You know, so it's like if you're, yeah. Luckily, we're not superstitious as we discussed
not-
earlier.
Yeah, you're fine.
But yeah, it's just hard to have traditions. I feel like at this point. So the only tradition is no tradition.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
unless
Thanksgiving
someone
is a
have-
mobile holiday. Like we're probably gonna do Thanksgiving on
Thanks for
Saturday
yourself.
this year.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll just record the Thursday games and pretend like we didn't see him, and we'll sit down, you
That'll
know,
be, there you go.
and just pretend like
There's an
it's
idea.
Thanksgiving. We'll just record the
Be tough.
Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and
And
watch
then-
it and be like, oh
yeah.
look,
Yeah.
No one's
there
gonna
Unless
goes,
we're
there
having,
goes
like,
Snoopy. Whoop.
Yeah.
turkey for breakfast before we board the flight. It's just
turkey.
No, steak and eggs.
I'm a ham guy, but honey ham.
I was
That
gonna
suits
say
you.
we were gonna talk
Yeah,
about plates and what they look like, but you don't do
Yeah.
the whole turkey and
Turkey?
stuff.
No, I do turkey. Yeah, turkey's
Once
from
a year.
the more evolved palate.
Once
I
a
feel
year,
like.
just the one time.
So what would a Thanksgiving Day plate look like for the two of you in a dream world? What's our Thanksgiving Day?
My grandma's honey ham,
Mm.
sweet potato with marshmallows
Oh.
and pecans, half and half.
Mm.
And then, you know, you gotta have some kind of green stuffing and turkey. I'll just like eat it because I have to almost.
Stuffing or dressing?
Stuffing. Isn't it regional? It's stuffing.
I thought it was whether it's cooked inside or outside the bird.
Oh, I don't know.
Have I ever had stuffing in the bird?
Stuffing would be.
That would make
stuffed.
sense. Dressing would be on top.
You right?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Both.
Next episode of Talk of the Nation,
Yeah.
we'll figure out what.
We'll learn. Next episode, we'll have Google.
Yeah, we'll have Google. Someone figure that out. One thing that Raider Nation would like to know.
Oh, okay. Do you know what I ask about my plate?
You keep talking about steak and eggs. That was
Steak and
just-
eggs.
I'm glad you asked.
I'm sorry, go back. What would you
I'm
like?
glad you asked. I like to go dark meat turkey with either dressing or stuffing, whichever one it is legally. And then cranberry sauce, a little bit of ham on the side, 1 scoop of mashed potatoes, gravy, 1 sweet potato casserole with a little bit of marshmallows, green bean casserole, very little of it. And then a second plate that's gonna have 2 pieces of pie, 1 apple, 1 pumpkin. And then you ideally eat it at like 3:34, so it's your lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
And you go to bed
And then you nap
like
at
a little bit
5.
hungry so you can wake up the next morning and not feel like, you know, a slob.
Have you always wanted to answer that question?
Yeah.
No, just since you asked it.
You know, we're having that potluck Saturday, so
Yeah.
you gotta
We just gotta make sure
a
all the
list at
ingredients
this
are there.
point. Yeah, you seem like you know.
You're
what
going
you
to
want.
both be eating a lot. Do either of you cook?
I did a
know.
turkey last year.
I make
did.
pancakes.
Yeah, I did a turkey last year. It was pretty
My
good.
kids. That's it.
Yeah.
Pancakes works.
Shout out, Mrs. Carlson.
Daniel specializes in
Yeah.
cereal.
Yeah, cereal pancakes.
What kind of milk? Almond milk,
Whole
regular
milk,
milk,
whole milk, old
whole
school.
milk.
Old school.
Old school, yeah. Bring on the dairy.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, now this is what Raider Nation wants to know. What are the two of you thankful for?
Do you want to go first?
No, you go first.
No, you go first.
No,
I'm
please.
thankful that you're
Please.
gonna go first.
I'm thankful that I get to do this amazing job. I'm very blessed to do this and do it with such great people like my friend AJ. Oh.
Yeah, I'm really thankful that he's thankful for me. It means
I'm gonna go a different direction now.
no, yeah. I mean, I've always said like I really feel like I have the greatest job in the world. I get to spend it with some incredible people. The friends and family in my life that I have, I couldn't be more thankful for in general. I wouldn't trade my life for anybody else's. And I'm just extremely thankful, extremely blessed. And every day I'm living the dream.
Well, it's been a dream having the two of you sit here and talk to me. It's always fun when I get to talk to the two of you together. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Raider
Thank you for
Nation
having us.
thanks you. Yeah, thank you
Great
guys.
Nation, thank you.
Now I want some steak and eggs, and I don't even eat steak and eggs.
Let's go. Get your protein goal.
We'll see you next time right here on Raiders Talk to the Nation.